It's Bourbon Night. Hello. I'm Chad.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Sarah.
And this is
You did such a moody thing just now.
I know. Well, you know.
The energy was very interesting on that one.
It's been a long weekend.
It has been a long weekend. I wasn't ready for whatever just happened.
No. We are back from the podcast Whisky Weekend, batch 2.
We're alive.
We are alive.
No, it's a good time.
Checked in with Perry. He's alive.
He's alive too?
Yeah, he's
That's
alive,
good.
So that's a bonus. Everyone else, I'm not sure of.
Can't account for it.
So that's, I think, why we picked tonight's topic.
Of the lower proof,
Of the lower proof variety.
Yep. Yeah. The great thing about the trip was there was plenty of whiskey.
Yes.
The negative thing about the trip was there was so much whiskey. No. So at this point we're like, whoo, gotta go a little easier on the liver. Because we also have New Orleans Bourbon Festival. Starts on Thursday. We'll be heading down for that.
It's a marathon.
Yep. So
yeah,
just trying to take it a little easier tonight.
We are, and we thought this would be the perfect opportunity to explore some lower proof things because, you know us.
We don't usually dabble there. If given the choice if given the choice between this and Booker's, I'll probably reach for the Booker's on a normal night. Mm-hmm. But tonight, this is fitting. Yeah,
so anything under 100 is what we grabbed, but especially between 80 and 90 proof, we want to kind of see, especially for those, I think, starting out with bourbon, you want to go with a lower proof thing to not fry them or scare them away.
Yeah.
So finding a lower proof bourbon or whiskey, really, I grabbed a rye, that is still complex and gives you layers, but is approachable and lower proof. I think that's always good to find. So what we did is we have a baseline here of good old Jim Beam White Label because it's the best selling bourbon around the world.
Around these parts.
And other parts. So
the parts.
That's why we have that. So, right now we've got the Blanton's Black.
Which is actually for 80 proof.
Which is an 80 proofer, yeah. Sold over in Japan. We can, if we want to compare it to that baseline, we can do so. But as we do now, we always have something in our glass at the beginning. So, Sarah, you want to tell us about, shout out this person?
Yes. Harry Falkenberg, who we met at the second annual Crowded Barrel Austin...
Bastard's Ball.
I'm looking for the words. There's so many.
So many titles.
Yeah, met him at the La Quinta. He gave us a sip of this, and we were like, whoa, we've never had this before. This is the last one that we need to complete our collection. And he was like, all right, this is going to go in the... Whoa. He was like, this is going to go in the bag, and it's going to you guys. So what a thoughtful thing that he gave us this.
Yes. So that's why we are cheersing him tonight with our first pour. And
thanks, Harry.
Thank you, Harry. We appreciate it. And he also sent us some other samples, which we've got to do on another live.
Brian.
But Brian, with the super chat,
says, cheers to Chad and Sarah. We love you guys. Whoa.
Thank you, Brian, for that right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Amazing.
Big old
super chat.
Thank you. I don't even want to hear it, Trev. Don't even start with me.
What?
He's going to say.
Oh.
It's... Not today.
Not today, Satan.
Not today.
Yeah, so this is cool. An 80 proof Blanton's. So normal Blanton's is 93. This is 80. I guess this is the same thing as Blanton's Green, which is the Australian 80 proof version. But this is black, so it has the black label.
I wonder if there is a difference
Japanese
other than
writing,
just where it goes.
Up here, yeah, black. That's really the only difference. This is an S top, if anyone's wondering.
I forgot what color it was, Chad.
It's black.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if anyone's had this.
It's super mellow, here. Super easy to drink.
It really is.
This went down like nothing. So.
Like nothing.
I mean, yeah. I think it would satisfy your average Blanton's fan.
I would think so.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I wish it would just a little bit more. But I mean, I guess that's why I like. What am I saying?
Yeah.
My liver's like, no more.
Yeah. You can just have the regular US 93 version.
It's true.
Of course, gold now coming to the US at
yes,
103,
yes.
and others in.
I like the gold.
Yeah.
It's grown on me.
Gold is good.
But
Still
the straight from the barrel. And this is where we ended up steering this conversation
True.
when we're supposed to be focused. It's fine.
That's right.
James says, new to bourbon and watching you guys is awesome and makes me even more interested. Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Also, just a warning, if you haven't noticed already, we are probably a little bit lower energy.
Probably.
Probably. A little bit lower energy tonight. Sorry for that.
It'll be alright.
Baby, I.
All right. So.
Oh no, Bill! I just finished. We gotta pick another low proofer.
As did I. Well, should we have this baseline, or what's this supposed to be for?
To like compare back and forth, but we can. Or here, I'll just grab something real quick.
Okay. There's bourbon on the table. I assumed that I could.
Ah, sorry. I want to go.
I never know what he's doing back there.
I want to go with another 80 proofer.
Okay.
We'll work our way up.
Okay.
I know the eye roll. I know.
Wait.
What?
Which one's this?
This is the 10-year.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm okay.
Yeah, I wanted to.
For a second, I thought it was the dark rye, and I was like, why?
No. We're keeping things honest here. Keeping things bourbon or rye. No funky stuff. All right, so Bill
says, I'll break the ice for the poor folks. Aw.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Appreciate that. Whoa, that's different than the Blantons. Of course, we switched over to Jim Beam here.
That's funky.
This is Basil Hayden's
musty
10-year. So, like, we've all had Basil Hayden's at one point or other, but not everyone's had the 10-year. So,
I mean, you can taste that Jim Beam nuttiness, but there's just something about Basil Hayden that just does not do it for me.
now this would be a perfect opportunity to try it against our
That's true.
baseline.
Before we do that, Bag of Donuts 78 /Tony/Joey/ whatever Chad wants to call him today says, well, dang, I forgot about Beam White Label. I grabbed all my fancy sipping whiskey, though I had a hard time finding bottles under 100. So thanks to y'all for turning me into a proof snob.
You are welcome.
You're welcome. We do what we can.
We prefer a proof hound.
I call myself a snob all the time, so I'm not above it.
You about it. Ooh,
I know what I am.
Yeah, so I could have. We still have a lot of our $64 and $30 ones on the wall. I could have just gone down there and started grabbing low proof ones, but those are generally also lower priced and younger. So that's why I wanted to do this one next. Like we went an import or export, however you want to phrase it, Blanton's Black, to now a 10-year-old. This is like $60 to $70. So some, because of price and age, more quality low proofers. This is, what is it, $12?
Something like
14 for the Jim Beam White?
I'm not going to lie to you. They have a very similar flavor profile. This is a bit harsher, which is to be expected. But I feel like they have a very similar flavor profile.
They do. Well, they're...
Enough difference between them to warrant the price difference.
Yeah. I think it's probably the same mash bill. I do think it's been revealed
polished.
that there is a different barrel entry proof between the two. So, I think. Can't remember. Trying to picture that chart in my head, but I can't remember.
Drew says 50,000 subscribers soon.
Yeah.
That's true. What if we hit it again when we're in New Orleans? Last year, it was crazy. Last year, we hit 20,000 when we were in New Orleans. So, a year later, and 30,000. That just, I can't even, my mind can't even be wrapped around it. I can't even.
Right now. She can't even.
You guys, I can't even.
Yeah, and, we'd kind of been brainstorming with patrons and so forth, like, what should we do for the big occasion?
What do we do?
And what's happened since we've been traveling last weekend, this weekend, next weekend, the timing is just so wrong to try to put together like, outtakes or clips or...
Those generally take some more time, right?
Do like a big produced episode. So I think what we're going to do, it's what we've done in the past, but it's been a while, is I think we're going to do some Q&As.
Well, we have more people to cue and get A's from.
Get A's from. Yes, we'll get them A's to those cues.
Get them A's.
Yeah. Right. So, look, does everyone know how to go to our community tab on our YouTube page? You go to our YouTube page, and then there's a community tab. That's where we put like polls and stuff. I'll put a question there, so it'll be a thread that you can
comment. Post
those questions or requests, as long as it's like reasonable and can be done relatively quickly in a show.
Like, do a full skit? Probably not. I don't have the costumes, but...
Do the Pappy vertical? Probably not. Plus, we don't have that 20 year yet.
We don't have that 20 years, so we can't do it. Maybe we'll do that for the 100K.
There you go. Yeah. And then we also have our 100th live coming up soon.
That would be a good episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Did I miss anything while we were talking about Q's and A's? I don't think so. Brittany wants to know if the Whiskey Crusaders Bastards Ball is part of New Orleans Bourbon Fest. No, those are... Sorry, I think we may have talked about those pretty closely. Those are different. The Bastards Ball is in October of this year, I believe, and New Orleans Bourbon Fest is this weekend. And one's in Austin and one's in New Orleans. That's also a big separator.
That's a big separator.
But a lot of some of the people, they cross over between the festivals,
Like us.
We like to drink.
Yeah.
And other people who like to drink show up.
We cross over. Yeah. So.
I'm sorry, September, not October. I don't know what I was thinking.
Meh.
Maybe my birthday.
Yeah, maybe. So what's your thoughts on this expensive Basil Hayden?
I think it's my favorite of the Basil Hayden options. I think that I would rather have Baker's for less money.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Or if I was going to spend about this, I'd rather just go ahead and step up and buy a Booker's. But this, again, isn't necessarily for me.
I think
this is for a lower proof.
Yeah. I think it's also similar to the Weller 12 versus Weller Antique. Weller Antique, 6-7 years. Weller 12 years. But 107 proof versus 90 proof. It's like, do you want older aged whiskey or do you want higher proof? Not to say younger, but younger than 12 years.
Correct.
Whiskey. So, J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now, says, taking the challenge of making the rest of the month dry. So that's low proof. Okay.
I see what you did there.
Thanks for the reviews in my month of insanity. Yeah, well, you are welcome.
I would.
I like that. You can call 80 proof dry.
Can you?
Sure.
I never got to do my dry month. It was like a dry week.
3 weeks.
It was like 5 days.
Oh.
Wasn't.
I feel like we've done longer than that.
I've done longer than that.
Yeah,
before.
We've gone live to live. I feel. Yeah, we definitely have. Thank you, J.G. Wentworth.
Well, I'll just drink this.
Yeah. There was a very calm cowbell cheers.
Whenever you say that, though, about him, whenever he comments and you sing the song, I just imagine the entire chat going, 877 cash now.
I have a structured settlement.
and them all going, and I need cash now. I just hear them all together. It's funny.
Well, I imagine they are.
In my head, it's funny.
Yeah, I imagine they are, but
I hope they are.
Yeah.
That makes my day. Anyways, we have 350 people watching, and I'm singing about a commercial.
And?
It's not going well.
Well, let me just
I need mash now.
And then I need mash now.
That's gotta be something eventually. I'm gonna leave that up to him. Okay, what's next?
Well, so I'm gonna kind of talk sideways here, but yeah, we got Evan Williams single barrel.
Okay.
If you just, but okay. Okay. No, 90. It's a jump.
Oh, that's a jump. Man, I haven't had wild catter in forever.
I know. So we'll do that later on. So we've got the Evan Williams 1783. We've got the Evan Williams single barrel. We've got the Four Roses 80 proof. The one-time yellow label. Actually, that's still a yellow label. I.W. Harper. It's like 82 proof or something. Very old Barton, the low proof one. Long Branch.
Oh, no. Don't make me.
Russell's Reserve, the 10-year. That's, I think, 90. Oh. Let's do this. It's 86 proof.
Okay.
And it's an uncorking.
Oh, well, it's an unscrewing.
It's an unscrewing. Ready to get unscrewed? Here we go. Okay.
This is the recommendation at Total Wine, correct?
I think this is a Total Wine label.
Yeah, but they always put those signs up that are like, so it's a staff favorite. Everyone recommends it. Everyone is like, if you need a value pour, get the 2-star. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you would push it. No, I don't know.
They say 2 stars are all the stars you need.
Ugh. I thought it was like a 5-star scale. So.
I at one time had some information about this from James, but now I don't know if James is in the chat. But this
I don't know.
This is the Total Wine. I think it's a wheater. I think this is basically Weller.
Banana.
But I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's banana? Maybe it's Brown Foreman.
I don't know where it
Can't
comes from.
Remember.
Whew. I mean, I've had worse things. Let's see. Clear Springs Distilling, Louisville. Distilled, aged, and bottled.
Got like a
What is Clear Springs
hair
Distilling?
in my nose.
Who wants to do some detective work? Jefferson County. Now, where in Jefferson County could this come from? You think this is no,
There
Clear
it
Springs?
is.
They would call it Kentucky Artisan if it was from Kentucky Artisan.
Well, they make up fake names all the time for distilleries. It comes from the 2-star distilling.
Wondering if it's it's made by Sazerac. Thank you, Matt.
Sazerac. Okay, so it is Buffalo Trace /
Doesn't
Barton.
smell like Buffalo Trace. Jeff Winbush, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Doug agrees that they do push it at Total Wine. I don't know why.
It's because they own it. They get, if they sell a lot of bottles, they're probably got a really good margin on this. Because it's only like $20 for the bottle, I think.
Next time I'm going to go back, though, and be like, you told me to buy this, and it's terrible, and I'm never doing what you say again.
Well, have you tried it yet?
I would never. No, I haven't.
Okay.
I don't like the way it smells. It's very
All right, Greg T.
wet,
Stagg
old wood.
says it's by Barton, so that's Sazerac. It's a low rye. Okay, so not a wheater. So low rye.
It tastes like old, wet wood.
Thanks,
you, Greg.
I don't know if I'm completely on the wet wood side of things.
Like firewood that got rained on, and then you kept it.
It's just there. It's.
I mean,
I don't
it's
find
very faint.
Yeah, I don't find it objectionable. It's just.
I would never order this neat. If you put this in a cocktail, I probably would never notice how it tasted either, though. Like,
Right.
it wouldn't come through. It's so mild that it would just never come through. This is the thing that you use in cocktails. Or like if you don't care about the flavor.
Right.
There's 2 different kinds of cocktails.
Sure.
Or, I'm sorry, I should say
It's a well.
mixed drinks.
It's a well?
It's a well.
It's a well.
Right? You put it in bourbon and Coke, or like you could even do like some places when they do like the maraschino cherry and an actual muddled orange old fashioned. You could do this.
Oh.
But like
Right.
when there's different levels of cocktails.
Yeah.
I think.
I think actually at the store they've got those signs that say it's a great mixer.
It is.
I don't
It
know
would be a
if-
good mixer.
They probably put it on this one. I see it with like that Longhorn or something that looks like it's a faux Jack Daniel's bottle, you know?
Oh yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. In fact, they put like 2 liters of Coke right beside it. They're like, it's a great mixer.
Yeah.
Cool.
It would be a fine mixer. What was the price on this? I can't even remember. I think it was around 20.
$20. I
20
think.
bucks?
Yeah.
If I spent $20 on this to mix it with Coke or ginger ale or whatever, I would be fine with it. But
Yeah.
that's just, again, this isn't for me because this isn't how I drink. I don't drink that anymore.
And that's the purpose of this live, is to find the one that we don't say that about. Like, try this one right against our baseline Jim Beam White Label.
It's got a good personality.
Aww.
Oh.
I also saw Eric Waiting here saying that time change got him. Takes him about 2 weeks after the time change happens. I mean, now with phones and computers that auto update, it's like I only had to change 2 clocks: the range and the microwave.
I gotta change my car. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the car. Yeah.
It's like I forget how to change it because I only do it twice a year.
Right.
So I forget how to change it in my car. And by the time I finally get around to looking in the book to remember how to change it, then it like a month later it changes again.
So it's like the Christmas lights theory.
I should just leave it.
We should just leave them up. It's it's March and we haven't taken them down yet. Not us. We don't have Christmas lights up right now, but. All right, another super chat when I've finished my drink.
Scooby-D.
Scooby-D, I'll use our...
Loved watching. America. You did it better. I shouldn't be allowed to say that.
It's America.
I can't do it right.
Yeah, I think between the... Wow.
Art.
Now that deserves a fresh pour.
Drew D says, need more proof. Need Sarah with an H. Demands it.
Well, we'll just have to
Perhaps
drink
later.
like 20 things to get there, I feel like. Not that we're gonna.
I was like, maybe. You never know.
All right, so 2-star gets a 0.5 star.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I liked it better than Sarah. I think it's fine. It's an 86 proofer, but I think I kind of enjoyed the Jim Beam White when I tried it back to
I
back.
would go with the Jim Beam White.
All right, let's step up in proof a little bit. What we got? Old Chata is 80 proof. Do we want to go back down or just keep going? We want to just keep going.
I don't
care. Do you want to revisit Four Roses Yellow Label?
Not really.
Okay. What about... Oh, okay, this is good, because this one was a surprise, advance for one of us in our bracket in the 64 under 30. It didn't make it past that, but... so I.W. Harper, this is 82 proof. So back down a little bit, but let's see what it's all about. Because for a lower proof one, I remember it not being super inexpensive. It was obviously under $30, but I think it was close to that.
That's for Art, who said, wife and I are expecting in October.
Oh,
congratulations! I'm also an October baby. Raise a glass for us. Excited to be first-time parents. Have been through the roller coaster of IVF the last 2 years.
Wow.
Woo! Cheers to
congratulations.
that. Congrats.
Everyone in the chat, to Art and his wife.
I'd rather have this than 2-star.
Same.
Which one's the one that we really don't like?
Can you give me more?
I.W. Harper.
Oh, it was actually this one.
It was?
Yeah.
But I feel differently now.
I know. It must have opened up well. I mean, 82 proof. This is another one. I think we're looking for that low proof. And I think once you get up to 90, it's not fair because there's Buffalo Trace, there's Eagle Rare, there's some great 90 proofers. I think it's got to be probably like 86 if there's an 88 out there or below. Like, find that one that actually has some complexity.
Wasn't there an I.W. Harper in a
That's
square
the
bottle?
15 year.
That's the one.
The diamond.
I feel like I hated it.
We don't own one. We've never owned one.
Well, then how do I know what I...
We've probably had it at festivals or someone's house.
I don't know. If this was the one
that's
that I
the
hated...
one that speaking of the podcast, that's the one that they uncorked a couple years ago when we did guest uncorkings. They weren't too, but and this actually came up when we were doing we were on their podcast this weekend. We brought that up and they said that it has improved in their minds since then. That was at least 2 years ago.
So, if you've purchased an I.W. Harper, give it some time because I feel differently about this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to speak of, but there's nothing that I can pick out that's like objectionable.
Yeah. We have some super chats. We have Scooby-D who says, cheers for Art, congrats, and then...
America. Thank you, Scooby-D.
John Wadsworth says, my wife made Sarah's bread pudding today. I hope she didn't cut herself. And it's delicious. Took it to a family dinner. Big hit. Thank you, guys. Oh, that makes me happy.
To John Wadsworth and his wife and Sarah's bread pudding.
Yay. Oh, I'm just missing all kinds of things. I'm behind. I'm sorry. Lots of congrats. Good. John Guy says, San Bernardino... I can never say that right.
What? San Bernardino?
No, but I don't think that's right. But that's how I say it. I'm sorry.
Bernardino.
It's like when people say Versailles, and I'm like, that's not how you say it. Where the alcohol laws are just as bad as the gun laws. Anyways, cheers to you, beautiful couple. Thank you, John Guy. Mm-hmm. Did we already cheers?
No, we haven't. And I've obviously not been doing good enough pours. Wait, which one's lower? I feel like this one's lower. Nope, this one is. Barely. Sorry.
What you doing?
Getting something new, because I'm done with this. I'm done with it.
Okay.
I.W. Harper, fine, but for the, getting Up Creek instead.
What's the price? Ish?
It's under 30.
Just get an Up Creek.
Yeah.
Or just get this.
Or Buffalo Trace. Or this. Yeah. Which is, by the way, Evan Williams.
Or Jim Beam Repeal Batch. Or Jim Beam Distillers Cut. Thank you. Okay, so that was to John Guy.
John. Cheers to you.
And then we got Randy.
If you know the Aziz Ansari stand-up special, where he does Randy.
Hi guys, got a Van Winkle Special Reserve 12 in Total Wine Lottery. God, I'm decoding this.
You are on it.
Last month, and just in time for my birthday. Oh, well, happy belated birthday and congrats.
Congrats, Randy.
Right.
See,
he just wants to say
I was reading along with you, and I would have read, if you can go back up. Hi guys, got a Volkswagen Special Reserve 12 in a, I don't know what else I would say for TW, but I was completely on Volkswagen instead of Van Winkle.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I remember my first time in a Facebook bourbon group where I was like, what do all of these abbreviations mean?
Why they keep saying Ben?
I was literally like, why does everyone keep saying Ben?
It's okay, Sarah. I also had to ask someone my first time.
There should be a cheat sheet.
Oh, I think there is.
In alphabetical order.
People have sent us links to cheat sheets. Yeah, to bourbon back alley vernacular, basically.
I can read it now, like, without even really thinking about it.
Yeah.
But...
Mash Bill number 1 for the win says, can't believe Sarah is wearing a Heaven Hill sweatshirt or a Heaven Hill SS. What else could that be?
Sweatshirt.
I know, but I was trying to think. I can't think. She doesn't even like Heaven Hill products, right? Laughing out loud. Or lots of love. I think it's lots of love.
Right.
Grandma just died. LOL. Like, Mom! It's like,
no, it's lots of love.
No, it's laughing out loud.
It's
That's from something. Thank you, Mash Bill.
Thank you. Yeah, people will say all the time, like, these two clearly get paid for their reviews, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's... Oh, we're both wearing...
Wait a second,
Oops.
Sarah. Maybe we are. Are we?
We are definitely not.
Damn it. Yeah.
I would be living a different lifestyle. No, I'm just kidding. No, and that's not actually something that we ever want to do. Because I don't want people to say that, right? Like, if we're like, this review of Evan Williams 1783 brought to you by Heaven Hill. Like, well...
Review?
Is it a review?
Yeah.
Hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag...
No, not gonna do it.
Since 1935. Scooby-Doo saying, made you look, and yes, you did.
Now, what I am open to, Chad... Woo, that was light. If Heaven Hill reached out and said, hey, we want to send you... like, they sent us the Elijah Craig Rye. If they were like, we want to send you next year's William Heaven Hill, I mean, I'm not going to turn them down. If Buffalo Trace was like, we want to send you the BTAC collection so you can pick your favorite for the year, like when we do our awards and stuff,
sure,
we could evaluate them. But just because people send stuff, I mean, people sometimes send stuff that...
True.
But that's different.
And you just gotta, disclose it and say, hey, this was sent to us for review.
It's a fine line to walk.
It's a whole thing. Yeah.
But anyways, any special uncorking for 50K subs, says Jake Miller.
Yeah. We
talked about that earlier. We will probably be at 50K in the next week or so, which is super exciting. Poor planning on our part. We will be in New Orleans.
Well, it's not like we plan to hit 50K.
I know. But we're trying to decide still what we wanted to do, and then backed up against all this travel. So we'll probably hit 50K and then put an episode out.
Yeah, three weekends in a row of travel, not just weekends. Actually, it dipped into the work week. So because of that, it probably will be a Q&A special. But we haven't done one of those in a long time. So again, after this, go check our community tab at our YouTube channel for a thread where you can post questions or reasonable short requests.
Right. Like Chad do a little
jig. A little jig.
Like a jig?
A little jig.
But like...
I do that.
A full-on tap routine? No.
I don't have... My shoes are at the cloggers. Cloggers?
Cloggers?
I don't know. What do you think about this 1783, Sarah?
That's not who makes shoes.
The Soul
I feel
Preparer?
like... No, on all the children's books I read. It's called a...
Cobbler?
Cobbler. There we go.
Not pies that they're making.
That sounds good, though. Brian says, Tammy just asked me why everyone says Ben.
Tammy.
Oh.
To Tammy.
Hey, everybody finds out sometime.
It's better she learned it here than on the streets.
It's true. No judgment.
No.
Than on the streets. Oh, God. Oh, and will you finally break out the Wildcatter? I have finished my bottle and have to get a replacement, says Brent Bailey. We will have to pull that out in a
very
second.
Soon.
Let's see. Mash Bill number 1 for the win says, I would never say that. You can love what you love. I love barrel products. It's all good. Thank you.
Very good.
Ding. Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah, I mean, people say what they say. They think what they think. What can you do?
It's fine.
Someone will stumble upon one video and be like, noobs. And I'm like, okay. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. Our first video was 4 years ago, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that just because we make videos about it doesn't mean that we're not. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm just here for the alcohol.
What do you think about 1783?
You know what I think about 1783. Do I even have to say anything?
All
right, let's try it against Jim Beam White Label.
Jim Beam White Label. Again, if you just joined the chat, we picked Jim Beam.
What did we pick?
We picked Jim Beam White Label because it's the best-selling bourbon around the world. It's 80 proof, and I don't know. It's hard to go. You can go cheaper, but it's hard to go cheaper than this guy.
I will say that I like this better than the 2 stars, and I like this better than the IW Harper. And what else have we had?
I like this better than the Beam. The Beam has less of a refined characteristic. Now, this is 6 points higher in proof, 86 proof.
Didn't we have something else?
The Basil Hayden's tenure.
Oh, yeah, and I like...
Well, I mean, they're not back to back.
I'd rather have this. I'm just going to say.
Right. What was I saying?
I don't know. Because you were saying you like this better than the Beam.
Yeah, well, it's 6 points higher in proof, and I've been having this discussion since we have been traveling with master distillers. Does lower proof bring out the flaws in whiskey? And one master distiller said, yes, it does. It does. Another one I asked gave me the political answer and talked around it and didn't answer it. And then because of that, that's why I won't say who said what, because that would be rude, right?
I know one, but I don't know the other one. But I think I know.
Okay. But, I mean, I'll take the answer of one and be like, it does. Yeah. So, it's hard to thus, this evening, it's to find that low-proof one that's still complex and brings a lot to the table that's just not just stripped away with adding water. And I think probably low barrel entry proof might have a good factor in that.
I think that you might be right.
Okay. All right, we're getting backed up here on some super chats.
You know what I realized we don't have on the cart?
What's up?
Is just Elijah Craig.
That's
batch.
94. You're getting
It's
crazy.
under 100.
It is, but I don't think I have anything back here that's over 92 proof.
Y'all heard it. All right, Joseph Brazos said, last week you weren't ready. Are you ready yet? I don't know if I'll ever be ready, Joseph. But yes, no. I mean, other than, like, packing and, like, figuring out my outfit and what I'm going to talk about.
I don't know what I'm going to wear.
I don't know what I'm
But
going to wear.
if you could let us know so we can coordinate, that would be great. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
To Joseph Preso.
Well,
Oh, with the beam.
ooh, that was a loud one. I'm
But
sorry,
synchronized.
headphones. I'm sorry, headphones.
I'm sorry, headphones.
And Donald says, here is more ringtone royalty funds. Almost done moving. Isn't that the best? Or also the worst. Moving is the worst. Being done with moving is the best.
They're both.
And still waiting on my shelves for the whiskey. It's the how
Yeah,
you know
us-
it's done.
Us too.
Have a great evening. Thanks, Donald.
Oh dear. Will you also cowbell for me? But you don't have to drink.
Thanks for the free pass, Chad.
All right, to this Wildcatter. Wildcatter, I don't know how available this is around the world or even U.S., but it's ugly as sin.
Oh, it's real ugly, but
It looks like they just didn't get a high enough resolution picture to print at 2 by 3 inches or whatever it is.
looks like they took a photo off of Google and put it on their label, and like it's not high res. It's
mean-
just like whatever the size of that picture actually was on Google.
No, they saved the thumbnail.
Right,
not
they
the
saved
actual-
the thumbnail, not the actual picture, which
But-
is super. It's a no-no.
We have entered 90 proof territory. Not that we can't go back down
We
for
could.
like the Evan Williams single barrel or anything else. But this is our first 90 proofer of the evening. It's also age stated 8 years. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Wildcatters, and this font is god awful.
You can't read it. It's terrible.
Hold on, let me put on my bad font glasses.
I probably can't even read that small font anymore.
Wildcatters, and it's not even small. It's this. I think it might be papyrus font. It's just. We're really on this bottle. Wildcatters in Texas should savor a bottle of bourbon as they gambled for the highest stakes. Black gold. That says wood. Sorry. It says wood savor.
I mean, seriously, I'm like, wood, yeah.
Wood.
Oh, it's not papyrus, but it's so close. Oh, it's ugly.
It's bad. If you don't know papyrus, Google papyrus font.
It's close.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's kind of close. Yeah, blah. Okay. Kilco says,
Kilco.
Happy International Women's Day,
It's
Sarah.
right.
Hashtag Whiskey
Whiskey
Women.
Women.
The first person to wish me Happy International Women's Day. Thank you, Sarah.
I was going to tell you.
You were waiting
late.
till the
Yeah,
end.
I was waiting till
It's
the
not
end.
like it's my birthday or something. I didn't do anything.
You're international.
I'm international.
You're Miss Worldwide.
International Woman of Mystery. Mrs. Worldwide.
You're married to Pitbull, apparently. Mrs. Worldwide.
Oh, no.
What does he say?
No.
Mr. Worldwide? Yeah, he
He says
does.
Mr. Worldwide.
So you're Mrs. Worldwide.
Oh, my God.
Pitbull. Anyway. This is bottled by Elite Brands, Fairfield, California.
But how elite are they, Chad?
They're in cahoots with Prestige Worldwide.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
They should make an
Prestige
alcohol.
Worldwide?
Just some alcohol. I don't
I'd
know
buy
what.
it.
I'd buy one.
If Will Ferrell
If he came out with a brand of booze, I don't know what it would
And-
have to be, but
like Step Brothers,
or a
Bourbon?
wine,
Will
Catalina
Ferrell-
wine mixer. That's what they should call it.
it's the Catalina wine mixer.
I'd buy it.
Will Ferrell and what's
John
his
C.
name?
Reilly.
John C. Reilly need to come out with a bourbon. I'm just saying.
They could have a whole line.
A whole line. It'll be a thing.
Don't touch my drums.
Don't touch. Did you touch my drums?
Did you touch my drums?
You know, that's one of Will Ferrell's most prized possessions that he's taken from a movie set are the fake balls that he took from Step Brothers that were put on the drums. He said he put them, if you've watched Hot Ones, you've heard the story. He was on Hot Ones recently. He put them in like a little case. You know, people put like a baseball in a like
Yes.
a glass case.
Yes.
He put them, and they're like on the mantle with the light shining.
And his wife allows this?
It's Will Ferrell.
It's
a
true. What are you
Catalina
gonna
wine mixer.
I'd let him have his balls room.
Yeah, there you go.
Brent Bailey says, for the Wildcatter now, please don't want to... Oh, it to get harder to get. Oh, I thought you were saying we're chattering too much. Sorry.
Well...
I was like, well, I never.
Probably that, too.
I mean, that, too.
I mean, this is good. It is good. I want to
answer
say
Nick
this is under $40. I want to say.
Who did you say makes it again?
Well, it's
Elite.
it's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, but it's made for Elite Brands, Fairfield, California. There's a lot coming from Fairfield.
So, what do you guys think? Can someone do some internet digging?
It kind of tastes like it could be Heaven Hill or Turkey, maybe. That's what I would kind of guess, but I don't know.
This is one of the better ones. It's like, it's got like a caramely sweet
Heaven Hill.
flavor.
I would say Heaven Hill.
I would also probably say Heaven Hill, but it's got a little bit of depth to it. It's not the most amazing
Will
thing.
Ferrell has a Scotch, says Matt from the Whiskey Crusaders.
Well, that's smart.
That's
of him.
unfortunate. All right, go ahead.
It's okay.
Happy International Women's.
Thanks.
Women's Day.
As you speak over me. It's okay.
Let me mansplain something to you, Sarah. Will
No.
Ferrell has a Scotch. And I didn't know that till 5 seconds ago. Yeah. No, it's pretty good. Oh, boy.
I agree.
Van Furrow.
Cheers. Thank you for the super chat.
And we love your name.
Brent Bailey is a big Wildcatter fan. I can see why.
So I guess
I think
this
was
is
like under 25 when we first bought it. Oh, maybe it was closer to 30.
Yeah, I think it's between the 30 and 40.
30 and 40 for this. I mean, literally, this is a white trash label.
But
it's delicious.
we discovered this around the same time as David Nicholson Reserve.
That's true.
And they were both kind of like, I would say David Nicholson has a much better label, but not the
Agreed.
prettiest. And they were around the same price. David Nicholson hitting around the 30 mark. I think this is hitting around the 35 mark. But
it's good.
it's 8-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
I'm actually kind of glad that the bottle's so ugly because I think that turns people
It
off
deters
to it.
people.
Yeah, and that's fine with me.
Yeah. And we ask questions and then we totally don't look at the chat.
What did we ask?
We asked, could anyone Google
Oh.
and tell us where this is from?
I don't see it.
I don't either.
I don't see it.
I do see. Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
So I see the Will Ferrell
Great
quotes.
Odin's Raven.
Great Odin's Raven
I don't see any
by Zeus's beard.
answers to. Yeah, I don't see any answers to.
Well, that's okay. Maybe it's not out
Yeah.
there. That's fine.
I don't know. Oh well, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Drambam, thank you, ma'am, says they should have put the Rick Pitino sticker on that bottle.
Oh.
Would that?
Isn't it Riff Patino? There was a new Riff
This
pick.
would UK fans would probably buy it because it says Wildcatter, but why would it have? I don't know how that would go over.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a reference to the Riff Patino pick or.
I think that's Trashman1 says, what's that called? It's called Elite Brands, Fairfield, California.
Yeah.
So, who knows what that is? I've seen something from there before.
Oh, completely. There's
so
a
I
lot
feel like it's
of
one of those
Fairfield.
like
Yeah. It's a non-distilling producer, obviously. Someone contract from Kentucky makes this for them. Trashman1 also says, nice. I get to see you guys live. Love your channel. Keep up the blind flights.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Appreciate it. So that means you'll be in New Orleans then, I take it. Or live like now.
Live like now, I think.
Oh, okay. The blind flights, since we're doing a flight there.
Oh, I see how you got confused.
Yeah.
I think he's saying like he doesn't normally get to catch a live.
Right. They don't disclose it for Wildcatter, and they just use The laptop's far away. 8 barrels, and they get on the open market each time it is made. So it switches?
Oh.
I would not want a bourbon that switches.
Now I want to buy a brand new one to see, to compare.
Yeah.
I don't know if I...
Oh, this is important. Doug Christoffi. All the New Orleans Bourbon Festival attendees should be aware of the new airport terminal in NOLA. New building, different road in. Okay, that had something to do about... Can you say that on the internet? Does it cause a panic? I don't know what the rules are.
Do you want to say coronavirus right now? I mean, look... You guys, I can't even tell you. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. But last night I was like, can we watch Outbreak? Because I wanted to remind myself.
No, you wanted to watch.
I wanted to watch Contagion. And Chad said no.
Have you ever seen Outbreak?
Right.
1995, Morgan Freeman.
I just think it's good to remind ourselves why we get into this type of panic is because we've seen these movies where it's like this mutant virus that...
We gotta find that monkey.
It incubates in 24 hours and then someone's dead and then we gotta find the monkey who... And it's like, yeah, okay, these things are spun from truth, but it's like... It's not that.
All right, let's...
Anyways.
Officially end the coronavirus talk.
Fine. Anyways, Chad was saying that the concern is that a lot of large events are talking about... delaying,
rescheduling
because of this. I haven't heard anything.
No, nothing to our ears.
Keeping an eye on the stats, but
our Australian buddy Chris is in the chat. He says we are under 6 months from our U.S. party till our U.S. partying begins. I will cheers you to that, Chris. And I don't know if you've been here since the beginning, Chris, but we started with the Blanton's Black, and there was actually a question: is this basically the exact same thing as the Green Label, which is in Australia?
So, do you know?
And cheers to you, our Australian friends. That's good. It's a good wildcatter.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah, South by Southwest got canceled.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but
yeah, lots of bourbon gives us.
Yeah, Joseph Brazo says, I mean,
lots of bourbon gives us immunity.
If your blood alcohol content is high enough, it won't want anything to do with you.
I would love that to be the cure for something.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh my God. Just make sure you always maintain a pretty consistent BAC of no other alcohol but bourbon.
Jimmy
it needs
Drammer
to be bourbon.
Says that Facebook told him that is the case.
What is the case?
That bourbon kills it. So it must be true.
It must be true if it's on the internet.
Said.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know enough to comment. I'm just saying. Like, I just like to reground myself in reality sometimes. Right. By watching movies about things that don't happen.
By watching movies.
Movies.
Dustin Hoffman.
And Morgan Freeman. And Cuba Gooding Jr.
Rene Russo?
I don't know who that is.
The female lead? Isn't that her? Wasn't that her?
I don't know who that is, so I can't say. I don't know who that is.
Okay. Well, what was the name of the female lead?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I think it's Rene Russo.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And who else? Lots of people in that. Anyways, it was a good one.
Yeah.
It aged well. I think
it aged well. I was really glad to show you.
I didn't even miss the cell phones.
Show you a movie that you hadn't seen that you were like, halfway through, you're like, this is good.
I was like, this is a good movie. Good job, Chad.
Yeah.
Anywho.
How about we switch to a rye? And it's one that's normally put in cocktails. It's 90 proof.
Okay.
Try a little.
I saw some other people saying that they were drinking that.
Yeah. Do a little sass. A little baby sass.
Joseph Brazo says yes. Rene Russo.
Okay.
Why not? Trev. Just trying to catch up on comments,
Not one that we drink neat often. And we don't say that about most things, because most things we do drink neat. But Baby Saz, we put this. Where do we land on this with the new old-fashioned recipe that we like a lot?
I like it.
Yeah, but what else?
Oh, Turkey 101.
Turkey 101.
Rye is my favorite in it, but it's also more dangerous because I have 2 of those and I really feel it.
Yeah.
So
this is our second 90 proofer. Still trying to keep it low.
Keep it low.
But without going so obvious as to, like, again, Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, things like that. This might be an obvious one, but I think it's used a lot in cocktails. So what about...
And for good
it's straight?
reason.
Well, it says right here on the back, this rye whiskey is the perfect choice to make the Sazerac cocktail, America's first cocktail.
So this is kind of weird, but I think it has a very subtle spiced peach note. And that kind of sounds gross, but I think that that's good. I think that sounds good in a dessert, not necessarily in my bourbon, but I like it, and I think that would lend itself, that like spiced fruit note would lend itself to a lot of cocktails, so that makes sense.
Gotcha.
JG says, don't worry, you proof hounds, your blood is antivirable and flammable. Also, no open flames around you too. That's true. I think I would combust.
So true. Thank you, JG. Worth 87 cash now is my money. I need it now. I have a certain immunity, and I don't need cash now. That's his full name.
Okay. That's his full name? He puts it on it when he really has to sign for something.
Yeah, when it's like first, middle, and last name, it's very long. This is definitely a rye.
That's correct.
Yeah. I don't know. Yes, it does have that peachy quality to it.
Just a little, but not a lot. I think it's nice.
It is nice.
I think that, like, it's a little, no, I wouldn't call it syrupy, but that sweetness really balances the little bit of spice that's in here.
I just love the
How
chat.
everybody, yeah.
After JG does anything, it's my money and I need it now. All right, an answer from our Australian friend, Chris. This says...
Green label Blanton's.
Thank you.
Which is 80 proof and it's an Australian release, but I think it's somewhere else too, or maybe it's Australia only, is 6 year, and Blanton's Black from Japan is 8 year, hence the heavier oak.
Ah.
See? We learn something new every day. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. We
and Lil,
appreciate
if you're there.
it. Yes. Cheers, mate.
Wow, I forget how tasty this is.
So you really like it?
I do really like it.
I don't think it's so much a neat pour for me.
I have gone, not back and forth on this one. I go through phases with this one where I really like it and stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm like, no, not so much. And then I'll drink it straight and be like, this is great. And then I'll try it again and I'll be like, not really my jam today. I mean, I think that's just true with everyone though, right? Like, you don't want the same thing for dinner every night, so why would you want the same whiskey over and over and over again?
Exactly.
Maybe you do. You just found one that you love and none others come close, but we have so many options, so
yeah, it's rare that we have something like often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a go-to for like a couple weeks, and then it changes.
Mm-hmm. Brian Brinicke is drinking some Blade and Bow. It's been a while since he's had it. It's all right.
Holiday Rob says Saz is a mood, and I want to put that on a shirt.
Saz is a mood.
Saz is a mood.
I'm feeling sassy.
Ooh, Joseph, good question. Joseph says, are you going to release last year's New Orleans video before this year's? So no. Chad says. I don't know. I don't know what we were doing last year. The problem is, it's a great event, and we love going to it every year. They have made some, I would call, optimizations to the whole process, but for the most part, it's remained pretty much the same. Dinner's on Thursday, followed by an after party, followed by 2 days of sessions, a lot of the same speakers every year, which is great because they're growing, and those first, like, people who are coming in now didn't get to see them last year or the year before or whatever. So it's been a lot of the same sessions. And the tasting event is relatively the same space, different pours. So it felt after the second year like we were just doing the same video over and over again.
Yeah.
But we get lots of footage because we never know what we're going to do with it. So, yeah. This year, we've heard rumor of a potential media room, which would be nice for us because it
Mm-hmm.
would give us an opportunity to get one-on-ones with people, but we'll see.
Absolutely. I want to point out the nice turn of a phrase by Adam Terry, who says DJ Sazzy Jeff instead of DJ Jazzy Jeff. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, sorry.
Okay. Watched some of it. I'm familiar with it.
It's okay.
Don't know all the quotes. Was just a baby.
Can you do the theme song?
No.
I can.
I know
Sips tea.
a little bit about it, but I couldn't do it. No. Okay, well, I'll come up with some things that you can't do because you're too old, and then we'll have a contest.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
What's Chris saying there?
Who?
Chris?
Says, my friend is opening his liquor store over here and waiting for his Buffalo Trace stock to come in, hoping for BTAC and Pappy in the delivery, gonna break bottles down so more people could get to try it.
Oh, nice. That's an
You
interesting
can do that?
idea. I mean,
that's great. I like that idea.
in Australia.
That's very much of like the Robin Hood mentality of bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Totally. That's awesome.
Chad,
That's
what's your tattoo? They want to know. It's 2 questions I've seen. Could we put this in the Q&A?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's in the Q&A.
We have 4 minutes left.
First question of the Q&A.
Ben Haas. So you just watch out. When we hit 50,000, Chad will tell you what his tattoo says. He's brought it up before, but it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Takupa says Chad is not old. That would mean that he's old and we're not old. So, are you disagreeing with Takupa?
Well, I work with a 24-year-old and I feel old, so I don't even know how to use TikTok. That makes me feel old. Oh, I miss Vine.
Oh, jeez.
6 seconds. You could do a lot of funny stuff in 6 seconds. That video with the duck.
And we've lost Sarah.
I just like to watch a video.
I haven't stood up yet, so I'm going to do it.
Bye. I laughed too hard and now my face is red. Chad fell, so that was funny.
Chad's down.
Chaz down.
Chad's down.
Hey, I'm 24, Trev says. You make me feel old too, sugar.
Trev's a baby.
He's just my little
He's
baby.
just a baby.
Yeah, you wait till you're 30. Let me know how easy it is to keep those abs. I could work out for days and I wouldn't lose any weight. You've not seen the picture of him with the American flag and that? Never mind, neither have I.
Wow. Was he wearing his captain's hat at least?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's all.
God. OMG.
Okay, now it's really hot.
Oh,
This is the sweatshirt.
jeez.
No.
Anyway.
But seriously, like me at 24 would eat like 2 salads in a row, drop 10 pounds. I feel great. Like me now, it's like I have eaten nothing but kale for weeks. I stopped drinking. I work out 4 times a week and I gained 2 pounds.
All right. This is our highest proof of the evening. It comes in at a whopping 91.2 proof. This is Schneck's. Schneck's.
That's Shanks.
That's what I said. Shanks.
I think, who was it? Someone, I think it may have been Caroline or somebody was like, yeah, that's not how you say that. Because we've been saying Schnecks the whole time. And then I really looked and I was like, that isn't how you say that.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we say it.
Probably
so.
was Caroline.
It's one of those cute things, right?
Yep. It's like they just look at part of the letters.
Max Josephson knows what's up. He says women don't get old, they get better. He's right.
Schnecks?
Shanks.
Shanks? How's it Shanks? There's no way that's
Shanks. Shanks. It's Shanks.
No way it's Shanks.
Shanks.
There's no A.
Shanks. Someone phonetically, please.
Oh my god.
Help. It's
Anyway,
not Schnecks. The
is-
N comes after the E.
Whatever.
Shanks.
This is the same company that does the Bumburgers.
That's correct.
Aha.
Which they sell them at
Michter's.
the Michter's gift shop. Yeah.
But it's not like they're distillate because they're
Shanks. Okay. Thank you, Jordan.
Shanks.
What the heck is that stuff?
like a-
Dunkin' says.
like a prison.
Shank. Close. Let's all give Shanks and pray. Oh, that's funny.
Thank you. Come again.
Woo! That's got a lot of... I mean, if I was a wine drinker, I'd be like, that's very full-bodied. No, I am a wine drinker, but I don't say that stuff. It's good. I think the first time I had this was someone brought it to my birthday tailgate 2 years ago. I'd really like to do a birthday tailgate again. And we'll call it my 30th birthday celebration.
Wink. Yeah. No, I remember liking the Bomb Burgers better, but I also think it's higher proof, which isn't surprising. Thus, this whole night. It's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's got a lot of character. It has like almost a little bit of a minty note on the finish, like a peppermint. But I don't like peppermint, but I like it. It's refreshing.
It almost has a rye turn to it.
It does. I think that's where I'm getting the mint.
Yeah. Must be a high rye recipe.
Russian Drago says, I turn 30 every year too. Well, we'll call it my 30 plus 1 party. No one wanted to celebrate with me last year because they were like, you just got married. We're sick of you. And so, I mean, we went to dinner.
Yeah, we did.
That was nice.
It was. It was good.
You know.
It was good. It was good.
But I'm not throwing any of my friends a 30th birthday party. They can suck it.
Ever.
Ever.
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, I don't know if we really stumbled upon anything profound tonight.
I don't know. I'm having a moment with this.
Yeah, but it's also the highest proof of tonight.
So we learned nothing.
Nothing.
I enjoyed the Blantons that we had first. I thought that was nice.
An 8-year 80 proofer over the Basil Hayden's 10-year 80 proofer.
And you can't get it here. So of course that would be the one that I liked.
Sure. What else?
I liked the Wildcatter a lot, and I forgot how much I liked Baby Saz. Neat.
Well, you know, we never did the Evan Williams single barrel, and I think that
probably would have been the...
is a little bit of an unsung hero. We can do it real quick if you want.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Jimmy Drammer said, don't get on the wrong side of Sarah with an H. It's true. It's true. Jeffrey says, we're biased for Jim Beam products. Is this a Jim Beam product? This isn't a Jim Beam product.
Could be. It's got to be someone's product.
I just said, what? But I just said I like Blanton's and the Baby Saz and the Wildcatter, and none of those are Beam.
Well, Wildcatter could be. Who knows? Do you have a clean
And
glass?
I love Heaven Hill. I mean, I do like Jim Beam, don't get me wrong, but I didn't like that Basil Hayden 10-year as much. So, I don't even care.
That's right. Sound
You're
like
right, I love Jim Beam.
Sound like they're giving us any money. There you go.
Right, I'm just holding on to this.
I don't even remember which one I poured it in.
Oh, Chris said if we had been in Kentucky with your birthday, we would have partied with you. You guys partied with us enough. You kept my glass this full of Bookers the whole night, says I, who just gave a big fuss about not being a Jim Beam fan. I've never drank so much Bookers and not felt drunk. But that's what adrenaline will do to you.
It's true. Okay, here's Evan Williams. Single barrel. Put it up here on the pedestal. Now this one's from 06. Put in the oak in 06.
Into the oak.
But I love this nose. Might be the best nose all night. Just saying. And this is 86.6 proof. So it's under that 90 point, which we're wanting to kind of hit and feature tonight.
Yes.
It's under $30. I think this might be the one, Sarah. Here at the 11th hour, I think this might be the one.
Dang, I don't know. That Wildcatter's giving it a run for its money.
Higher in price.
True. Okay, fair. Good.
Older.
Older.
Higher in proof.
So, Got to take all those things into account.
Holiday Rob says Evan Williams
I'm
Single
also
Barrel
really
is my goat.
I'm liking this too.
Not available.
Not available. So, okay, if you told me I couldn't pick anything over 89.9 proof, then I would pick this.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I would pick this. There can be only one.
Yeah.
Police are coming. They could hear that.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming for you, Zoe.
No, this one is good. You know, single barrels, of course, will vary, but at least this one that we have, it's good stuff.
Yes. John says, I hope you get to the Southern Whiskey Society in August. We plan to. We have unfortunately not been able to make it in the past couple of years. They had Kentucky Owl Batch 9. Awesome. Also, BTEC and an 18-year SAS.
Nice. Yeah, we hope to.
It's on the calendar. Fingers crossed. There's something I was going to say.
Was there?
And then I forgot. It's too late now.
Hancock's Presidential Reserve. Yeah, we could have pulled that one. 88.9 proof, I believe.
I'm iffy on it.
Not readily available, but I mean, hey, we did start the evening with the Blanton's Black, so
Yeah.
True. I think the under 90 category is a tough one, and one that we don't visit very often.
No.
So I think this was a good thing to do.
It was a good thing to do. People say a lot that we... Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, people say a lot that we never drink anything under 100 proof anymore, and we don't provide enough helpful information, and that makes me sad because I want to provide helpful information.
Absolutely.
It's just not my go-to, but I think I can still appreciate it. Like, everything has its time and place. And if I was going to drink it neat, I would probably say this is my winner. As far as price, availability, lowest proof point.
This one's 90.
But you said 89.9 or under.
Well, I said ultimately, but look, we went over 90 already.
Okay.
And we did a couple at 90.
Okay,
and
we're at 907. Okay.
Just asking about this.
Well, that's
one.
fine, because I have something else to talk about anyways.
Do it.
You're not going to like it.
Okay.
Okay. He's like, do I want you to go there?
What is
Okay, well, the reason that I wanted to bring this up, we haven't talked about this yet. So you remember that one day we were at Total Wine, and I was like, you got to come over to this cabinet and see how hard this bottle is ripping off Pappy. And it was the very old St. Nick's. And they literally use similar but tweaked verbiage from the Pappy bottles. Like, instead of like asleep many years in the wood, it was like slept a long time, slumbered in a barrel for a long time, or something like that. It was very close. I don't know. And I was like, it is so light. It's a rye. I don't know anything about it.
Canadian. I was having this discussion with Matt from Whiskey Crusaders. He was giving us some information about it. I think the ones that were at our Total Wine, at least, were Canadian.
So we've gotten several comments and emails
wanting us to try it?
About this, asking, what do you know about it? Should I get it? When we first saw it, I was like, absolutely not. We're not getting that. But now that we've gotten comments, like I think other people are starting to recognize it too. I almost want to do it because if it's a no, I want to be like, it's a no.
It's a no. Okay, well.
Just throwing that out there.
We'll take some Patreon funds and we'll, I guess, go buy a bottle.
I mean, what do you guys think? Have you heard of this? Does that interest you? Has anyone already had it and it's a definite skip? I don't know. I can't tell. It looks like a ripoff to me.
Well, I do hear that it is rare. That's one thing that has going for it. But
lots of things can be rare. Just because something, I mean.
Yeah.
All right, anyways. Monty Hates, I think is what that says. I don't know. I'm a first time on this. Ooh, I'm sorry that this is where I'm at while reading your comment. I see how you guys enjoy it, but please recommend me one to start. Well, I think that's a great question for today's episode.
The Evan Williams Single Barrel.
Yes, I would recommend. However, Chad.
Yes.
I think it's a good recommendation. I'm not arguing. How do you account for the single barrel nature of it? Of what we had is delicious, but it is of one barrel.
That is a good point, Sarah. I don't think we've had a whole lot of bottles. Like, we've had a lot more bottles of, say, Henry McKenna single barrel, to where we've gotten to a point where we've had a bad bottle of Henry McKenna single barrel. We haven't bought enough Evan Williams single barrel to get a bad one of it.
But I'll tell you what, for cheaper, you can get Evan Williams 1783. I think it runs about $18 now, give or take. And so it's the baby brother of the single barrel. And if you like this, then the single barrel is about $10-ish more, roughly.
Yeah, I think it's about
Depending
25.
on where you are. 25. So yeah, this is a, no emotions involved when you buy this. If you like it, it's super easy to drink. If you don't, then come back. Tell me what you didn't like and ask for another recommendation, but it won't break the bank to try the Evan Williams 1783.
Yes.
Todd Koopa.
Thank you for that.
Oh, didn't we already?
Nope.
We didn't? Okay. Dink. Where did it go? Todd Koopa says, thank you for the shirt. It is awesome. Ewans and everyone heading to New Orleans, safe travels and have a blast. Hopefully I can make a last-second trip down. Oh, yes, and see everybody. Yes.
We hope so too. I'm sorry, Todd.
Woo.
And that technically deserves a triangle
One
of
moment.
cheers.
Well, that was mine. But here we go. I love my instruments. Just so you all know, these are the only instruments I can play.
No. So we're drinking the Russell's Reserve. It's a 10-year-old bourbon. It's 90 proof on the dot. It's, what price? Around 30?
It's a kick. It's got more rye in it than the last one.
Well, yeah, it's that
I know.
wild turkey recipe.
Adam Terry says, will you guys be around on 320? We will. I have that turkey tradition coming up for a Weller pick.
What?
Well, I'm pissed that you're coming up for a Weller pick. Yeah. Let's email about what your plans are.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you never know what we're going to get into. I feel like people are saying that they have seen the old St. Nick's. And then Nick says, I saw they released one that was made in like 1987, then placed it in a vat after for 17 years or something.
Yeah.
Then somebody else said, I've heard of it, seen it in the wild, but have passed on it, so I hope you guys do it. That's Bill Sloan. Very old. Alejandro says, interested in hearing about the old St. Nick 12-year bourbon since Liquor Hound had it in his best of 2019.
Well, there's also a lot of variations, so...
Okay, well, we'll have to go back, because I bet you no one's bought it.
Oh, at Total Wine?
At Total Wine.
Right.
And we'll have to see...
Just want to make sure we get a good one.
It sounds like the 12-year is what people want to know about.
Okay.
Yeah. I really think that... Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
good.
that's what we'll have to look for then.
Yeah. So I guess to wrap it up, let's talk about this Russell's Reserve, small batch 10-year. Well, actually, I don't even know if they classify it technically as small batch, but it's not the single barrel. So this is the 10-year 90 proof. I think it's pretty much a Wild Turkey 101 at 90 proof. It's solid. I feel like I'm missing that 11 points, but it is older than
It's good.
Turkey, which has various barrels
Yeah.
blended into it. This is right at the 10-year mark. I mean, this technically could have older barrels blended into it, but
Right.
nothing younger than 10 years.
I have zero issues with this.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, I think I'm suffering from a little bit of fatigue.
Even when it's low proof, it'll get you.
Yeah, I like it. I would still stick with the statement that I made before, which was like, I really liked the Evan Williams single barrel. I felt like that shone a lot. That would probably still be my pick for the category that we're talking about. But I do think that there are still, like, I'm not someone who's just a believer now that it can only be good if it's barrel proof. I don't believe that. I think that you just have to be careful because, as you said, when you add water, it can expose the flaws in some things. And so I think when we talk about lower proof whiskey, we're not getting, I wouldn't say not the best quality. I think I don't know, it leaves itself open for more of those less desirable qualities to come through. So you have to know what to pick.
Right. Very good. Well, I guess that's the takeaway from tonight's episode, you know. I don't know if there's an 80 proofer on the dot that we recommend over others. That might be a question. That might be a horse for a different color. A question for a different night. Mm-hmm. That's, I don't know. But at 86.6 proof with Evan Williams single barrel, Dexterate, 86 proof for the Evan Williams 1783 small batch, 90 proof for this guy. But when you get 90, there's so many others. Like I said,
it really opens all the
Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace. This has is 90 proof. There's lots of 90
Then it's like,
proofers.
Well, why not just go to 92 and include larceny? And then why not just go to 94 and
get
do
the
Elijah Craig?
And
then, what's 100?
What's 100? Then you get into bottled bond category and you have all
these options.
And
So
then, why not just go 101, Sarah? Get some Wild Turkey 101. It's a
But
slippery
then,
slope.
Just go 107 and try yourself some Weller Antique.
Well, why not just go
Then just
barrel
get some
proof?
Bakers, and then you're going to go barrel proof. And that's how it happens.
That's how it happens.
That's how it happens. If you want to slide down that slope, then keep watching this channel.
Because we have slid. All right. That will do it for us. Thanks so much for hanging out with us on another lovely Sunday evening. We really appreciate it. We super appreciate all the super chats. And the plan, it's another check with us on Sunday to see if we'll be doing a live. Sarah's shaking her head no.
Nope.
That we probably won't because we will be traveling back from New Orleans.
We have to get up at 4 a.m. to catch our plane from New Orleans to here, and then get here and unpack and live our life. No, I have to get groceries for the week and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a no for me.
It's probably a no, but stay tuned.
But just stay tuned.
If we get a wild hair, I'll be like, yes.
You never know. I might have something to say.
She may have something to say. She usually does. So that'll do it for us. Thanks,
Happy
Sarah.
International Women's Day, Chad.
Happy International Women's Day, everyone. We'll see you next time. Until then, drink more bourbon. Bye-bye.